This is Get Off My Lawn Live. Join us as we talk trending topics, world and local issues, and the conversations that we need to talk about as people. Get Off My Lawn Live is a NightHawk Network presentation. Good afternoon, everyone. This is your boy, Eric Buckner. And once again, I have joined you for Get Off My Lawn Live. This, my friends, will be the Season 2 preview. I'm going to give you guys an understanding of what we got going on here in the season to come in regards to the show and its content. Thank you all for joining us, whether you are here on the book or two, as well as my people here on Vigo. Shout out to you guys as well. Basically, here's the deal. We are going into season 2 of my show. As you know, season 1, we brought a lot of things in regards to content, in regards to information, in regards to just my thoughts and understandings on certain events and issues. It will continue to be that also here in season 2, but I also want to throw a few extra things in there. For example, I plan on trying to set up more interviews, particularly with people who are movers and shakers in their communities. So part of what I'm asking now is that I'm sending out the word to you guys. If you have people who are of influence, people whose opinions you feel matter in regards to what they're doing in terms of community or city, those are the people I want to hear from. Those are the people that I want to have on the show. The show itself, previously would be 2 to 3 hours, depending on what's going on. There will be condensed versions in season 2. We will have shows that will be approximately 90 minutes, and we'll also have some 60-minute versions. We will primarily, again, broadcast on Tuesdays. However, as before, we were doing the show at 8:30 p.m. The new show time will be for 9:30 p.m. So 9:30 p.m. we will be doing Get Off My Lawn Live moving forward. And also there will be Thursdays editions of Get Off My Lawn Live, as well as, of course, the ever popular Get Off My Lawn After Dark edition that we will do from time to time as well. So we have that to look forward to. Also, my friends, please understand that as we move forward, we want to do things and acknowledge things and deal with things that are helpful to the community at large. And when I say at large, I mean not just people of color like myself, but minority people, people within the cities and states that you reside. So if you have people who are willing to come on the air and talk about some of the things they are doing in terms of their community, in terms of just life in general that we could find interesting and learn from, these are people I want to hear from. So I am basically deputizing you, my people, here on Bigo and my people here on the Booking Tube to bring people to have these discussions with. There are people, of course, that I will be seeking out as well. I would like to have some of my community leaders possibly come on the show, or at least people that work for them, so we can get an understanding of what they got going on, where they fit into the scenario. As I'm about to start back working now, that will put me out more in terms of community. We did season 1 primarily during the pandemic, with me not working and what have you, not having proper transportation to get to places. Those things have been resolved during the hiatus. So we are looking forward to getting out and about safely, I might add. As you guys know, during season 1, I let people know that I did indeed get vaccinated. I am now fully vaccinated as of tomorrow. So because of that, I am more comfortable with dealing with things, and my jobs I have opened back up, both of them. So I will be starting them both this week. So as a result, I will have more exposure to what's going on out in the actual world itself. And that will lend itself to bringing me more opportunities to bring more people on board into what we're doing here and having more people to talk to. Okay, let me address some of the comments that they are coming in here. Hello. Hi, Miss Pat. How are you? Saying hi to Aunt Nikki, who's also in the building. Hi, Aunt Nikki. Good to see you. Road to Stardom has checked in. Hey, Road, what's going on? What a blessing. Absolutely. And of course, Miss Pat, I know about the 2 people you have in mind. I definitely will be in contact with them sometime this week. Shout out to Jay Mills, Felicia. Let's see, Road also checking in on Bigo. Shout out to Road in general. Road, you are definitely a person I want to bring on the show please get in contact with me. I would like to make that happen as soon as we can, because there are definitely things that you are doing in your platform that I think will be very beneficial for other folks to hear. Allow me to help spread your platform, and you help to enrich mine as well by gracing me the honor of being on the show. So please, by all means, hit me up so we can make that happen. Also, people, I do want to inform people more in season 2. In other words, there are many programs that are available here in the city and in the cities that you reside. I want to hear about those things. I want you guys to send me that information so I can spread that to others. You can do that a few ways. One, there's a phone number. We will start posting that as of this week, the phone number for the NightHawk Network. You also can reach me at this email address, that is nighthnetwork313@gmail.com. Again, for the people on Bigo, nighthnetwork313@gmail.com. You guys can reach me at that particular email address if you have questions or information that you feel is useful that I can use to help enrich and encourage others in regards to not only your community, but the community around us as well. All right. Thank you, Ms. Pat. I appreciate that. Okay. eBigo will ban you for broadcasting in more than one place, so when you read the comments, don't say where they're coming from. We've already worked out a good part of that, actually, Nikki. That is why I'm actually doing it this way as opposed to how I was previously doing it. There are some safeguards that are being put in place in regards to that, and because I have angled the camera in a certain way, that is part of the understanding. But I do appreciate you for informing me. Thank you very much. Hey, what's going on? Tasha Maddox is in the building. Good to hear from you. I appreciate you checking on in. Oh, no, it's okay. That's fine. That is fine. I need other people because I'm getting similar messages here from other folks. So, yeah, that is fine. But no, in the end, folks, what we're trying to do here, we are trying to help to build the community. As we talk about often in the NightHawk Network, we are trying to, hey, what's going on, Leah? We are trying to make sure that we as a community are helping each other be better and do better. That is what we're looking to accomplish here with the NightHawk Network, and definitely here we get off my lawn live. So like I said, as I get these informational things to bring out to you, I will definitely make them available. While we're here right now, let's have a quick discussion. Let's make this a bit of a show in the show preview itself. Basically, I want to talk about how we are re-engaging right now. As you know, many states are basically taking the leashes off, the restrictions off. They're opening things back up, either fully or mostly fully at this point. Because of that, we are now, even though we're still in the midst of the pandemic, we do, however, need to understand that it's not over yet. It is not over. It is definitely on the verge of being over, but it's not over yet. And because of that, I have some concerns. But what I do want to point out to you guys is you need to be ready for whatever comes next. That is the question. Are you ready for what comes next post-pandemic? And I'm not talking about in terms of months and years from now. I'm talking about in the immediate future. Because understand, we're going to run into two very important problems early on. One, there will be the fact that though the pandemic is quote-unquote over, there are still going to be people that will deal with it as it is fully implemented. For example, Ms. Pat, thanks for chiming in. I'm still going to wear my mask. Perfect example. I, too, am still wearing my mask, folks. Absolutely. Even though I am, or at least will be fully vaccinated as of Monday, I am definitely still going to be wearing my mask in most social circumstances. The only time that I would be comfortable not doing so if I am in the presence of one or two people, and the key word is one or two people, that are also fully vaccinated and are known to be so. Keep in mind, because we know most of the restrictions are being taken away with the understanding that people are fully vaccinated, there will be those who basically will look to do with it like this. I'm not getting vaccinated, and they can't make me prove that I am. So when they say no mask for the vaccinated people, I'm not wearing mine either. And because of that, it's all good. Now, we already know we're not going to go through the whole science of asymptomatic, non-symptomatic, all of that. We're not about to rehash all of that, but you know that is the case. People walking around, feeling fine, still spreading. You know that goes on. It is what it is. But that being said, my concern is that of what most people's concern will be. that we open everything back up, and then because more people are not vaccinated at this point in America than there are, we run the risk of starting a whole mini pandemic within the pandemic. In which case we have to go back and revert back to other scenarios where we shut things back down and all that. That's the last thing, I repeat, the last thing that we want to see transpire, okay? Once we open this thing back up, we do not want to go and reverse and turn back to the old scenario. That would suck. So that being said, if you can possibly still be careful, I think you should. Simply that. The second problem we will run into is the fact that the economy will go from starting to very much starting. It's going to be like boom, boom. And remember, we got two segments of the scenario. One, we got big business. Big business, they've lost money during the pandemic, but some not so much. Some actually have even gained money during the process, okay? That's just the matter of the fact. The other hand, we got small business. Now, small business, particularly those that deal with the service industries, the hospitality industries, they have been hit very hard by COVID-19, extremely hard. Some of them have been able to inquire and get help from the government, but the vast majority of them, they have struggled, they have scraped, they have managed to make it this far. The others, unfortunately, did not make it, and because of that, that is an issue. Okay, got some more comments going on here. Absolutely, the key word, absolutely, so true. Miss Pat very much in agreement with me. I'm staying masked up, face shields and gloves, absolutely. And like I said, me, myself, I'm doing the same. But for those of you who see it differently, you do. But understand right now, the ball is in you guys' hands, okay? For most of us who are fully vaccinated, the possibility of us getting sick still exists. The possibility of us getting COVID-19 and still succumbing to some type of negative outcome still exists. Remember, as we often tell you, vaccine is not cure. I repeat, vaccine is not cure. But because it cuts down significantly the likelihood that you will be sick from COVID-19, it is being advised by most of the medical professionals to do so. I myself would advise that you consult your personal medical physician before you make any strong determination. Then, of course, there are those of you who, for religious reasons or for other such scenarios, choose not to do so. Got to let you do you on that. As for me and my house, we vaccinated up over here. But anyway, second problem, like I said, financially. Now, here's the thing. Me, myself, looking at it from this standpoint. The big box stores, the Walmarts, the Myers, the Amazons of the world, the big franchises, the McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Wendy's of the world, they're going to be all right. Worst case scenario, they had to shut down a few stores. Thank you, Mike. I see you sending the gifts. Appreciate you. Thank you also, niece Missy, and some of you guys on Vigo. Not ignoring you guys, but engaged in the conversation. But I see you guys as well. Thank you very much. Okay. Those big box locations, the ones with many franchises and whatnot, they may in the end lose a store or two, have to cut down on some of their scenario, but in the end, they will survive COVID-19. They will still exist, okay? My concern is for the small businesses, particularly in a city. Oh, wow. You're doing it big, Mike. I see you. Meanwhile, here in the cities, particularly the metropolitan cities that have a lot of urban semi-development, in other words, there were things coming up previously, but now not so much. Good evening, Grandma. Thank you for joining us. I see you. These things are still part of the scenario. And my concern is that if we do not look out for our small businesses, our neighborhood mom and pop stores and whatnot, they will get eaten up and die out. Because in the Amazons and the Walmarts and stuff of the world, they don't care about these folks. They in their way. They cutting into their profits. And keep in mind, during the pandemic, Walmart, Amazon, oh, they got it in big. Look at the numbers. Do your research. You'll see they made big money during the pandemic. But your neighborhood store, your neighborhood thrift store, clothing place, restaurant, those are the ones that need our support right now. So I encourage you guys, please support your neighborhood places, as you come back out into society and get your dollars, invest more in them if you would, because they need us right now. They need us to help get them back over the hump, to help them exist, to help them reinvent in some cases. Because during the pandemic, some people had to reinvent how they dealt with their store or how they dealt with their restaurant in order to survive. And some of that works very well for them, and some of that not so much. Make sure that you go in and you support your healthcare professionals. Let them know that we thank you for helping get us through the pandemic. Don't forget about them now that COVID is supposed to be on the way out. They worked hard during this pandemic. They deserve our praise and credit even still, as they basically go back into the background of what's going on. Let's not forget about them. So shout out to you guys, the guys that help get us through, the doctors, the nurses, the healthcare professionals, the nursing home people. Thank you for all you've done. We very much appreciate you. We do not want to forget about you guys, but we do want you guys to be able to finally get some rest, take some well-deserved vacations post-pandemic, because y'all got it in when everybody else was sitting around hiding from COVID. You had no choice but to deal with it head on. And for that, we thank you. So, that being said, y'all, let's keep these things in mind as we start to re-engage. There are people that need our assistance. There are people that need our support. And primarily those people are the small businesses. Let's look out for them. One of the ways I want to look out for them is I want to go on location and talk to some of these folks. Try to get them on the show. If not, at least have some type of phone interview or some type of audio interview that I can play on the show to help promote them, support them, give you guys an understanding of what they're going through, what they would like from you, and what you can get from them in return. That is part of why I want to use this platform that I have to help. Because in the end, that's what Get Off My Lawn Live was created for. Partially to tell the younger generations, okay, here's what's going on. Let me put you up on game. And other part is like, hey, people, we got problems here, and we need to start addressing them. We got to start letting the mainstream media predict and let us know what's really going on. We, the people, need to start helping to educate we, the people, on what's really good out here. Okay, let me do some more shout outs here on the Bigo platform. We got Mina, test coach. Big Mike came in, showed up, showed out. I appreciate you, Big Mike. Missy is in the building. Shout out to my Bigo niece. We also have Miss Felicia, and I see Rhoda Stardom's in here as well. What's the deal I see in here? Queen Sky, thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you, of course, to all my people on the other platforms as well. We appreciate you. And we are trying to do the work for you. So as you see, we have the Gmail. If you got any people that you feel are useful and helpful in regards to the show that I should talk to and interview so we can learn from them, so we can gain some information in regards to what we got going on, please reach out to me on that. I will have the phone number for you next week. As far as the actual show itself, season 2 of Get Off My Lawn Live will not start this week. It will, in fact, start next week on Tuesday. So Tuesday, 9:30 p.m., I believe that it will be, I want to say June the 3rd. No, June the 2nd. Should be June the 2nd. So, yeah, June the 2nd, 2021, Get Off My Lawn Live will be back at 9:30. Also, in terms of shows, I will be taking no more hiatus from the other show that is my sports show, which is Game Time Audible. Let me give you a quick little summary of that. Now, in the past, we have had discussions about sports, primarily the major sports. We want to get more into some of the secondary sports as well when we talk sports. And we also want to involve the non-sports fan, the people that, you know, have some idea about sports but don't necessarily care as much. We want to have some of those conversations relate to you guys as well, so that when you watch the show, it's not just all sports related and just a whole bunch of stats and people talking about players that you've never heard of or have no ideology about. We want to talk about these things, but also give you guys an understanding as to why they may be important for you, the non-sports fan, in regards to some of those discussions. So I ask you that get a show a try. When we come on Wednesday at 9 p.m., yeah, we'll be talking sports, but we'll be talking other topics as well. So for the non-sports fan or the general sports fan, this is a show for you. For the diehard sports fans, you can get some out of this show as well. But in the end, we just want to be more inclusive, want to bring more people on board into what we're talking about. because in the end, sports is just part of the story. There's other stories going on as well. So there is that. So yes, I'm definitely looking forward to bringing these shows back on the air to you guys. I also want to point out that my other partners here in the NightHawk Network, they are also evolving and changing and doing things as well. Let me get into that a little bit after I address some more of these comments. Good evening, Grandma 2.0, as you know her in the Vigo streets. Miss Pat said, yes, they will still exist, absolutely. Yes, they did work hard. I agree in regards to the healthcare workers. We thank you for all you've done. Yes, we do. We do. Since the Olympics are coming up, you should cover it on the sports edition to Get Off My Lawn. We absolutely will, Leah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We most definitely will be getting into that. I am definitely looking forward to the Olympics. Looking forward to the French Open that starts this week as well. Shout out to Coco Gauff for her win yesterday and the precursor to the French Open. That young lady is doing big things. Hope she has a very good French Open tournament. Would love to see her be in contention somewhere in that second week. Yes, there are other stories going on. Absolutely. And we want to definitely point them out and bring them out to you. Because, of course, we're trying to increase viewership, but we also want to make you more integral part of what goes on. And shout out, of course, to my NightHawk support people, the people that you see in the room, like the Pernithas and the Leahs of the world, who support all our shows, who come and talk things and basically spread that word to others. And the variety of different things that they do to help support us. We appreciate them very much. Road to Stardom, I would definitely count as part of those people as well. Let me again shout out the other people here in the NightHawk Network for you guys to know and follow as well. Many of them have YT pages that you can follow. You can follow them on YT. For those of you not familiar why I'm saying YT, we had the discussion about Vigo and how they flag certain things that we say. So YT, of course, is the little red thing. It's that app, okay? For you guys who do not know, the in between of the lines Vigo. Oh, let me also point out, people in the Vigo streets, there will be a Vigo edition of Get Off My Lawn Live that we will do once a week as well. As I get more details and better proximity to when I want to have that show air, I will let you guys know. But there will be just a Vigo version of the show that we'll be doing also. Stay tuned for that. Okay. Welcome, Karen Kirk. Not quite sure how to say that last name. Don't want to butcher it, but it's Obayanju. You cannot see it on the screen over here. We are the NightHawk Network family. Absolutely, Miss Pat. We are very happy that you are a part of that family. Very much so. So yeah, guys, like I said, we got things going on. Okay, back to what I was saying. Lost my train of thought, y'all. Sorry. The other people on the NightHawk Network, for example, we got Aunt Nikki. Let's play a little bit.
Aunt Nikki. Let's talk.
Now, my sister Aunt Nikki has been very busy doing a variety of different things, not only here on the Vigo platform, as you guys know, but other things she's got going. Because of that, you have not seen her as much, but trust and believe she is still very much a part of the network and still got things going on behind the scenes in regards to things she's going to bring later on down the line. So please be looking out for her. The Let's Talk with Aunt Nikki series will continue. She has very much informed us of that. So looking forward to seeing some of those discussions as well later on down the line. We, of course, got this young man right here.
Hello. It's another glorious day, my T-Steppers, and you know what time.
Yes, that is the one and only Big Meat from the show Dishing Tea with Big Meat, which will be on the air tonight, by the way, at 9 p.m. Should be a very lively discussion. I do believe I will be part of that as well. So I will be checking that out and being a part of the discussion as well. Thank you. I'll be back this week. All right. Good to hear from that. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself in the meantime, Aunt Nikki. Please don't overdo it, boo. Love you. Miss Pat is happy to hear that news. All right. But yeah, like I said, it was an excellent discussion last night on Dishing Tea, by the way. You can definitely catch that on YT under Dishing Tea with Big Meat. You'll find that Dishing Tea with Big Meat. You also can find that show on Aunt Nikki 215, which you can also find on YT as well. They usually broadcast that on both particular pages of the YT. Okay, also, my friends, there is this man who was also part of last night's Dishing Tea show, but of course has his own show on the network. This brother right here.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yes, sir. That is the one and only Stan Mason. Stan Mason from Behind the Blue Curtain, which you can find at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays here on either the book or YT. You can find him under Stan Mason. We also have Pastor Sean.
NightHawk Network presents Pastor Sean Love.
Pastor Sean Love Presents that will be posted each week here on the book. And you could definitely find that also on YT under Sean Love. For those of you who are not familiar, there is a NightHawk Network information page. For those of you who would like to see all those shows primarily in their entirety and don't want to miss it or don't want to take the time to look for them in all the different locations, you can find them at one central location here on FB. That is under the NightHawk Network information page. You, of course, have to apply to be a member of the NightHawk Network information page. You can hit me up on Eric Buckner on FB. That's Eric Buckner FB, and you'll be able to find me there, and I can direct you to that page from there. Getting ready for the Soul Cycle. All right, that is the Soul Cipher that you can find here on Bigo. I do believe that's going to be at 6 p.m. For those of you who follow Aunt Nikki, that's Aunt Nikki 215. You can follow the Soul Cipher, the Sunday Soul Cipher at 6 p.m. on her platform. Please check it out. This is Tea with Big Meech is the show that Miss Pat is talking about. And like I said, Brother Stan Mason chimed in on that show last night, as well as this young lady who also made an appearance. This lady here. Yes, that is Dr. Marla Facey, the evangelist, who also, among other things, has started a new show during the hiatus of my show. That show is No Weapon Formed Against Us. Very good show. Had some excellent guests on there last week. Had a very lively conversation. I definitely suggest you check it out. You can find her on Marla Facey. She is on various platforms. You can find her on Tube. You can find her on IG. You can find her on the book. You can find her on Speaker. You can find her on iHeartRadio. A variety of different platforms she produces and shows her show on. You can find audio and video versions of her show as well. And not just that show, but also her other show, which is Monumental Moments in God's Word. I'm Nikki saying, hey, the princess, Dr. Marla Facey, absolutely. As you know, Miss Pat is a big fan of Dr. Marla Facey. And of course, she is definitely the #1 fan of this person here. So we cannot forget about this guy here. Hold on. Here we go. Stand by. I ain't want to.
Hey, bitches.
Yes, the one and only Helena Hologram from Hey Bitches. Hey Bitches Live. You can catch that 9 p.m. Mondays on the network, as well as her IG page and her YouTube page, which is Helena Hologram as well. Make sure you check out that show. And then, of course, there's the remix with your boy Derek that you can also check at least a couple times a week on the platform. As you know, Helena Hologram has also been over here on the Bigo platform doing a show that she calls Gospel Therapy. You can check that out on Monday, Thursdays, and Saturday. That's Monday, Thursday, and Saturday on Bigo at 11:30 a.m. Please support and check that out as well. We got a lot of stuff going on, y'all. It's basically what I'm telling you, and it is growing by the day. Remember, my partners in the NightHawk Network, they have their own platforms. They have their own things that they were doing previous to the network, and they are doing in the future as well. So please be looking out to follow them and see what else they got going on as time goes on. Many of the people in the network, they are multi-talented. They are singers. They are songwriters. They are music producers. They are actors, directors. They are people who are computer fluent. They are business people. They are people who are doing things on other platforms as well, like myself. So be definitely checking them out and see what they got going on and become fans of them as I have as well. I strongly encourage you guys to do such. Yes, I am Helena Harburn's biggest fan, as we well know, Miss Pat, as we well know. But that being said, we're about to wrap this thing up, guys. I thank you for checking in to the preview. Looking very forward to season 2 and bringing you guys some quality guests, some good conversations, some excellent information. And remember, guys, if you got anything to add to the scenario, any comments, any concerns, anything that you want to add in terms of content, some people that you can have us talk to so they can help to encourage and enrich other people's lives in that way. NightHawk Network 313@gmail.com. Like I said, the phone number will be coming up sometime within the next week for you guys to call as well. Basically, that will be a show that number that you could call during the show or possibly leave a message on if you want to leave a message in regards to some of the content. So that being said, again, thank you guys. Thank you guys who have come in the room over here on the Bigo platform and Gifted. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys here on the book and on YouTube for checking out the show and being a fan. As I told you, I am still going to keep the work going and moving. We very much feel it necessary. We definitely want to help our community. We definitely want to be a part of the process that helps get society back on track and help a lot of my people, my brothers and sisters, do better for themselves. So that is what we are looking to do here on this particular show and in the platform in general. I thank you guys again for being a part of that process and for basically chiming in and liking what you see and sharing it with others. We appreciate all of that. So until next time you see me here on the book, which will be Wednesday at 9 p.m. for our show known as Game Time Audible. This is your boy Eric Buckner signing off. For y'all in these Bigo streets, I will see you guys soon, earlier than later, because you know how we do. Until then, y'all, we about to get on up out of here. Keep in mind, there will be also new show intros and outros for season 2. But for the time being, we're still in the process of all that. So you got to get the same old. My good old bootleg ending that I still enjoy. Might just keep that one, don't know. We're still working that out. But anyway, let me find it. Wait for it. There you go. We out.